As you can see, I'm repping that BMT. No matter where I go, no matter where I be. We'll be rocking it like that, man. I love the fit of this shirt, bro.
Bro, look, I just happened to get out the elevator. Look at it, look at it. The BMT shirt on. You know, we representing all the way in Thailand, man.
What's up, y'all? It's the Travel OG, and I got to do my BMT commercial, man, for my BMT shirt, man. This shirt is so dope, man. It shows off your guns, fits your muscles, gives you room at the bottom for the belly, and then you repping the BMT brand, man. So make sure y'all pick up that BMT shirt because it's fire. It looks good. He got them in different colors, and I'm telling y'all, man, the fit, it ain't that cheap. It's a real quality shirt, man. I love it, BMT. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for blessing me with the shirt. And I'll see you on the other side. You dig?
Fellas, don't forget to check out the Black Man Travels merch store where you can purchase BMT t-shirts, tank tops, travel quote tees, and much more. All right. Let's get it, family. All right, now we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. Hope all is well. I'm currently in Thailand. That's why it's dark outside. It's probably daytime, right around noon time in the PM where you guys are at. All right. Yeah, man, we in here. Let's see who's all in the building. We got Kane the Conqueror, the Knife. Is not. Yeah, we're gonna chop it up today, man. We got a good subject today. It's been a lot of attention on the passport movement, the travel bro movement as of late. You know, a lot of attention. You know, we had our friend Austin. He went viral, and that caused a lot of videos to be made in this whole viral world we in now. That pretty much, I would say, promoted this travel movement. A lot of people find out about it more so. He went on the O'Shea Duke Jackson show. So that's been kind of, getting it out there, promoting it more. And, I've been seeing some of these panels and I've been hearing certain terminology. And I wanted to just kind of put it all out there and address it in this show. Because right now we're in a very special time. I feel like Black men are taking their self-image back, a lot of guys are being more rounded right now. The media, everything is just not, since people capture media all over now, where it's on their cell phone. A lot of it's on the set, like 70% of people on their cell phone now, not so much watching TV. You got a whole generation that doesn't really watch program television as much. So right now, this is a great time because you got YouTube, Facebook, where Black men actually have the controls of controlling our own self-image, right, to the world. Maybe the first time ever that we're at this point. And I want us to be careful in some of the, not only the imagery, but the terminology that we kind of joke around with outside in these, public, social media spaces, And now I hear some of these terminologies that was kind of in-house for a moment, you know what I'm saying, as far as the passport Pookie or the passport Ray, whatever it is. Kind of in the Facebook groups, the WhatsApp groups and everything. And I understand that with this movement, I always try to keep this movement as like an intelligent traveler, explorer type of movement. And I definitely understand we want to keep a certain element out of this movement of Black men traveling. We don't want to push that that negative stigma that we've had in America for so long because we didn't control our own self-image. All right. But we're going to address it in this video, man. We're going to talk about it. Of course, I'm going to drop a link later on down the line in the show. and then we're going to discuss it. And I'm also going to do somewhat of a reaction video to our brother BGS as well. I want to give a special shout out to BGS. I've been on panels with him long time ago, 3-4 years ago, and I was repping the passport thing then. And I will say that it was a very unpopular thing to do back in the day when people were trying to figure out ways to, I would say, fix the Black community. All right. So now, people are kind of trying to come around a little bit more. You see Coach Greg Adams mentioned it, people start trying to come around a little bit more. And it's very interesting that it's been this change of heart in the last few years. But we're going to play just a snippet of this great video done by BGS as well. Let me see who's on the chat. All right. We got everybody. We got Global Paper in the building. Yeah, man, it's getting up there. We got our first super chat tonight. I'm gonna catch that in a second. Oh yeah, guys, we got the new BMT Thailand shirts. Let me show you. We got the new BMT Thailand shirts available in the merch store right now, man. So get them. Guys are already out here wearing them. I passed a few out today. People say they're dope retro shirts, man. So make sure you check them out. BMT Thailand right here. The link is in the description. All right, guys. So you can't really see it, but the thing right here. There you go, BMT right there, man. All right, make sure you check out the shirts. All right, my dude Jay Clyde in the building. What up, Jay Clyde? What's good with you? Kane the Cuckold says, love the new shirts. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I started passing them out today. Everybody was like, yo, those are some dope shirts, man. So we in here, man. Shout out to BMT, get them lights up. Yeah, do me a favor, guys. Let me put that out there real quick. Make sure you smash that like button when you come on in the room. We're going to chop it up today, man. We're definitely going to chop it up today. Okay, let me catch the super chat. We got my dude L Boogie in the building. He said, why you wait till I leave to bring out the shirt? Yeah, everybody was asking me for the shirts, man. Listen, when you go in different countries, it's a different process when you're making, T-shirts in different countries. Like Colombia, very good quality shirts that they have, but they take a very long time. Sometimes it was like, and matter of fact, El Booker, you was with me. What I'm talking about, you was with me when I made those shirts down in Colombia. You can see that kind of like in the intro, countdown intro when I was, went to the T-shirt warehouse in Medellin, Colombia. Takes the process, but I mean, high quality T-shirts, very good price. Brazil, I had a very tough time trying to make T-shirts in Brazil. The quality was all off, man. I felt like they was making T-shirts out of napkins. I finally found a T-shirt maker right when I was about to leave, but I was like, man, I don't try to, load down my luggage too much when I'm flying. So I wasn't able to, mess with those guys. But yeah, I didn't even give out T-shirts in Brazil for the most part, man, because like I say, it was like paper napkin T-shirts type, But here, I was able to connect with some guys and we made some shirts, so that's a good thing about that. All right. Now let me catch the super chat. Where we at? All right. Ogrim S. I believe that's how you say the name. Ogrim S with the follow super chat. Man, I really appreciate you. Wait, I thought Pookies were mad because they were on child support and couldn't get passports. We're going to figure out what the definition is of a Pookie because, all this is stimulating pretty much from the private Facebook group Passport Bros. Let me pull up the group real quick for the fam real quick. Now, certain topics I leave and I go live in the group and, I have, certain conversations specifically in the group. For the most part. So it has been a little back and forth, and I'm going to address that probably maybe on after I do this stream specifically for the group. All right. So this is you guys haven't already joined the Passport Bros group and the Black Men Travels 2.0 group. Make sure you're joining. We're getting a lot of members coming in daily. That's how I know this movie is really expanding because we're getting guys coming in almost daily now. Hold on. Where we at? Where my screen at? Share the screen. All right. There we go. All right. So that's the private Facebook group, Passport Bros. We also have another group, Black Men Travels 2.0 as well. As you can see, a very informative group. The funny thing is, every now and then, we get, guys coming out saying, hey, man, this group ain't for me, which is cool. Totally understandable. It can get definitely a little wild in there. But it's a lot of information in the group, and there's a lot of good, successful Black men in the group traveling the world as well that you can get a lot of good information from. All right. One conversation in particular that I was told about when I was in Brazil was a young cat. And this cat, he utilized the group in a very good way, right? He was asking different guys that he saw traveling and living abroad for long periods of time. He would say, hey, man, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do, right? And, some guys were like, I'm retired law enforcement, I'm retired military. He's like, oh, okay, this is a young guy. And then he said he actually linked up with a guy that told him that he was into IT. And this young brother was able to get some certifications, right, to help his move outside the matrix. Now he's down, I believe, in Colombia. And this is happening like within a 2-year span. They're able to get the certain certifications to be able to get some decent paying online jobs. So, guys, you can really utilize this group for all types of information. Instead of being somewhat envious of guys spending long periods of time overseas or posting sexy women, you might want to ask the guy a question like, hey, man, I see you've been in Colombia for 3 months. You don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living, right? That's how you leverage the group. Instead of guys going back and forth and trying to figure out how to throw shade and hate, how I'm gonna hate on this guy for posting this beautiful woman. Let me see. Let me figure this out. I don't want to be too blatant with my hating, you get mad when they get kicked out and guys come in the group trying to cause dissension amongst. Listen, man. And I told a guy today about this in the group, and I'm pretty sure he might be watching the stream. I said, listen, what you think or what you feel about what other guys are doing are not going to affect what they do. You cannot control what a grown man does, right, with his time, or with his resources, period. All right. So there's no point in worrying about that. You should be focused on what you got going on, what your lane is, And what I notice is some of the guys that might be doing the shade and the little slick hating, most of them are probably stuck in the matrix. Some of them haven't even traveled outside the matrix yet, which I question why are you even in a travel group throwing shade. But that's for another situation. All right. That'd be a whole nother stream maybe one day. All right. So as you can see on this list right here, this is the top remote work destinations by monthly cost of living. All right. You got Chiang Mai, Thailand at $1,010 a month. Guys, I've been telling you this for like I think I started doing the budgets down in Brazil. And when I first started doing these budgets, guys were like, nah, man, there's no way. And, that's impossible. But I keep showing you guys receipts and saying, hey, man, if you can manage your time, your money, your resources, living overseas can be, especially with how high the American dollar is right now, living overseas can be extremely reasonable, So let's look at this list real quick before we get into the subject at hand. We'll play a little bit of that BGS video. All right, guys. All right. So you got Chiang Mai, Thailand coming in at number 1. All right, at $1,010 a month. All right, so that's very, very reasonable. And they got Budapest. I know some of you guys have been out there. That's at 1,000. Well, about right around close to 1,200. Let's just put it rounded off to about 1,200. All right, then you got Phuket, Thailand at $1,208 a month. All right, so you got Thailand on this 3 times actually. You got somewhere in Georgia. I don't think most cats go there. All right. But you got Bangkok, Thailand at $1,344 a month. You got Bali at 13, right at close to $1,400 a month. You got Sao Paulo. All right. You got Sao Paulo, Brazil. I wish I would have spent a little more time in Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo was interesting when I landed there, but didn't really get a chance to spend too much time there on my layover. But Sao Paulo, Brazil came in at $1,400 a month. So that's probably even going to be cheaper than Brazil. And I believe my Brazil budget was around that price. If I'm not mistaken, it was around that price. But keep in mind, I wasn't directly in the tourist area when I was living in Brazil. All right. So $1,400 in Brazil is very reasonable. All right. Very reasonable. Only thing about Sao Paulo is there is no beach. And it'll be difficult for me. I would have to adjust living in Brazil and not being near a beach, because that beach culture in Brazil is surreal, man. That's the best beach culture in the world, hands down. I haven't seen nobody do the beach like they do it in Brazil. All right, especially in Rio. All right, we got Mexico City coming in at $1,600. All right, and we got Portugal coming at the very end of the list. And I know some guys are interested in Portugal as well. That's right around $1,900. So if you look at this right here, man, this is your whole budget. Monthly cost of living. This is food, transportation, everything, guys. All right. And as you can see, if you this is like most of people's rent in America, right? Probably even more than that at this point. This is like what rent was when I left a couple of years ago, right around this right here. I think it's probably even more now. But as you can see, is that's for a whole monthly budget, man. So if you're online and you're making $2,500 or $2,000 or $3,000 a month, that's going to give you a lot of money to play with, save and invest, and that's what it's all about. I think right now, it's so much talk about the tricking and the women and all this stuff, and that's why I want to play this BGS video as well. All right, and the dustiness and the Pookies and all this crap going on right now, just to kind of sway people from making moves that will really possibly improve their life, right? This is why I make budget videos like that, to give you guys the proper information that you need to make your decision, because it might take some time to get yourself in a position to where you can finally move overseas, or rather you just want to move around the world like I'm doing right now. People ask me all the time, hey man, when you doing this, where you going here? I don't know. I'm living out my duffel bag right now, my suitcase. I might be in Japan next couple of months. I don't know. That's the lifestyle I chose to live right now. I want to explore the world. All right. So let's see what we got here. We got Grego in the building. What up, Grego? Let's see what we got. Men's daily advice. Okay, hold on. Let me make this comment. Are passport Pookies and Ray Rays born or created throughout time? Anyone? Listen, I love to hear your opinions on this, guys, because I still don't really know. That's why I did the show. Somebody tell me what the definition of a passport Pookie is, right? Because I don't really see, especially here in Thailand, you're definitely dealing with a different type of individual in Thailand altogether, because Thailand is a long flight, all right? It is a very long flight. Passport Pookie, all right? We got Ty Love in the building. Shout out to Ty Love. What up, my dude Zoo? What up? What's going on? All right. Yeah, man, the group is growing. It's growing fast. We're getting like almost 100 members a day now. Okay. All right. Shout out to the Friendly Stranger. Man, you guys with these YouTube names, for real. All right. I'm in Bangkok right now, and it's 100% possible to rent a decent spot for $300 a month. Very true. Zeus says there are some beaches by Sao Paulo. Okay. When I'm in Brazil, man, I be wanting to be able to walk to the beach. All right. Man, we got Dollar Will in the building. I haven't heard from you in a minute, man. Traveling is proof of freedom. Yes, it is. Portugal is kind of expensive. $2,000 a month on a monthly budget. Yeah, Shout out to my dude, Roll the Tape. What up, Roll the Tape? What up, Richie Rich? What up? What's going on with you, brother? How's everything going with you? All right. Yeah, all right. Dollar, that stock went up. Hey, what stock y'all talking about? What stock is up at this point? All right, so let me go ahead and play this video or react to this video. I'm just going to play a small snippet, guys, of BGS's video. Did a very good video today. But I will say, matter of fact, I'll say that at the end of the video. I'm going to say that at the end of the video. All right, let's play this little part.
Moral problem.
Hold on. Here we go. Like I said, I'm just playing like the tail end of it.
Using your morals, but you don't have vitriol, because I've heard abhor that kind of stuff.
Hold on. And this we're talking about the tricking, but you're talking about a few things else. So let's go.
For sex, which they do that, which is illegal, but nobody says anything about it. Black men don't travel and do that. Black men abhor that kind of stuff. In fact, the guys that will actually do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go back a little bit more, because it's like I just caught him in the middle. I'm trying to catch that tail end. I think it's about right here. Thought I had it queued up. Here we go.
Basically go someplace else and live and embed himself into the society and live a better life, a better quality of life.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
If you're so big and bad and you make all this money, you make all this moves, you should be able to do that easily and replicate what he does.
So real quick, because I didn't go back further enough, he was just explaining to the guys that's hating on the Passport Bros, basically these guys, a lot of us have our stuff together. And if you have such concerns, you should be able to replicate what he's doing as far as him traveling out overseas and living a better quality of life. That's what he was saying. Let's go.
I understand it. And basically what it comes off is, especially to black men, especially in the travel, is low-key jealousy. That's what I read it as. Low-key jealousy. That's what I read it as. What other reason would you have to actually trying to shame people for doing what they want, no matter what it is? No other group of men get shamed for this. I do mean no other men get shamed for this. The only partial thing that they may do get shamed for, and these are white, Asian, and Middle Eastern men, is having underage children for sex. Which they do that, which is illegal, but nobody says anything about it. Black men don't travel and do that. Black men abhor that kind of stuff. In fact, the
facts, preach BGS. Facts.
The guys that will actually do that kind of stuff actually get beat up. So I don't understand all this vitriol, because I've heard people that I respect get highly upset over something they shouldn't even be upset over. You're trying to make this reality a moral problem using your morals, but you don't have any problem when it goes on in the States, in your city. Still goes on. Those Atlanta strip clubs ain't shut down. Them tricking inside them clubs ain't shut down. Them tricking on IG models.
Hey, you had to call out Atlanta. We all know what goes on in Atlanta strip clubs. We all know what goes on in there.
And OnlyFans and stuff like that. That stuff ain't shut down. Everybody knows Atlanta is a trick city. Houston is a trick city. Miami is a trick city. If you want a trick, that's where you go. We have no problems with trick cities. Las Vegas is a trick city. Nobody has any problem with that. New Orleans is a trick city. You want a trick, go to New Orleans.
Damn, BGS has called out the whole South. What about California? Shout out to my dude. Hold on, let's go.
Nobody has a problem with that. Nobody has a problem when women do it. Women can do it all day long. Black women can write books about it, movies about it, brag about it on social media, tell jokes about it. But black men get shamed for it. Because nobody likes to see black men happy.
Whoa, truth bomb. Truth bomb. Nobody likes to see black men happy. You guys better recognize that. Put that down. That was a big quote. Shout out to my my boy Dre the Kid. He says ATL has best athletes are strippers. That's facts. But let me get back to it. I don't want to hold on.
Even their own fellow black men, misery loves company. That's what I'm beginning to understand.
Hold up. Let me play that back. Let me put that back right. BGS, he going in right now, man. He's going in.
New Orleans is a trick city. You want a trick, go to New Orleans. Nobody has a problem with that. Nobody has a problem when women do it. Women can do it all day long. Black women can write books about it, movies about it, brag about it on social media, tell jokes about it. But black men get shamed for it. Because nobody likes to see black men happy. Even their own fellow black men. Misery loves company. That's what I'm beginning to understand. Misery loves company. Black men are still getting their cues of manhood by serving black women, being in service to black women. We got to get out of that mindset, because none of the other men that are on that list, Latino, white, Asian, Middle Eastern, or whatever you want to call them, right, were on that time. The only people that get shamed for not being service to black women are those black men. Africans don't even go in on that time. Okay, they're not in service to black women. Africans go to Mombasa, they'll go wherever and tricking and whatever they want to do. That if they got the money, nobody says anything. It's only those black men. That's the part I don't understand. It's starting to irritate me. That we have these isolated judgments over bullshit. Who cares if he tricks? The oldest profession is what? Prostitution. Men have been tricking forever. It's not new. All of a sudden, black men have become this righteous people. Even though you do low down dirty shit on the other side of the other side of the ledger, we can do low down dirty shit on the other side of the ledger. But but you cannot go to another country and pay for it. Oh my God, no, that's unthinkable. No, you shall not buy her dinner. You shall not show her nice time and expect some kind of compensation. But it's okay to fly her in. Spend $600 for a ticket. Get a hotel, take her out to dinner, and then if she doesn't come across, we get upset. Make that make sense.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Man, BGS went off on this one, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. This is all we've been saying for the longest, man. We've been saying this for the longest. I don't know why these guys be, trying to act like they macking so hard. They don't spend no money on these females. Come on, man. Who you think you fooling, dog? Who you think you fooling? How many videos we guys see a week of guys trying to fly girls out and getting mad that the girls don't give them up, give nothing up? All right? That's on you. You decided to do that. You decided, you assumed that she was going to just give it up when you flew her out to wherever country y'all was in. Like, how many times you got to see this, man? You're going to spend money. How many times guys been on dates with these females expecting something in return and don't get anything? This whole, it's crazy. Like I said, he pinpointed. Other black men don't like to see other black men happy. You got a whole dude dedicating a channel just tearing down black men. Whole channel dedicated to tearing down black men. Old nigga, too. Old sourpuss ass nigga. But, he's getting some traction because, people just tend to hate, happy black men. When they see a black man smile, man, that's like the most irritating thing in the world to some people, even our own, man. To see a black man and say, you know what, man, instead of them looking at a brother channel and saying, damn, this brother in Colombia, he got a nice, beautiful Colombian wife. Okay, damn, his monthly expenses are pretty low. He's able to invest in what he want to invest in. He's able to spend quality time with his woman, all right, because relationships are tough anywhere in the world. But when you're living in a cheaper country, you have more time to spend with your woman. When you're in America, and I say this time and time again, you're working 10 hours, you're working 10 hours, you guys end up being roommates, right? And can't figure out why the relationship didn't work out. Well, you spend a total of 12 hours a week with each other, right? And let's be honest, man, you got to be able to spend quality time with your woman, dog. You really do. These women be having whole work boyfriends, whole work husbands. I should know. I was one back in the day. All right. You feel me? So you got to spend time. And like I say, when you go to these other countries, man, you start to set up roots in these other countries. We got my dude, I ain't gonna say his name, Atlanta Street Promo, who bought an apartment cash in Colombia, man. Cash without spending six figures. All right. Without spending six figures. They have a lot of the people that live in these countries actually do purchase these apartments. It's only taking that long to do it. Where you in the States, you're paying upwards of $2,500 to $4,000 a month for a 1 to 2 bedroom. That's maybe 10 minutes outside one of some of the worst neighborhoods in America. And you will never be able to own that apartment. You could have been in that apartment for 30 years, and miss your monthly payment one time. And they kicking you out on the street like you're just a poor dog. All right. That's why you got so many black men that you see homeless in the States. All right. So shout out to my dude, Roll the Tape. I know I'm kind of, preaching here a little bit, but that was a good video by BGS. That was a solid video. Shout out to BGS. And shout out to my dude, Roll the Tape, for a $20 super chat. Man, we had a great time out here in Thailand. Shout out to my dude, Roll the Tape. He said, appreciate your movement. And I appreciate you too as well. I appreciate you all, guys. And I appreciate that super chat. All right. But, now I got to say this, though. I do got to say this. I'm not going to call BGS cap, because that was an excellent video. But I want to point something out. I got to point something out. All right. About maybe 3 to 4 years ago. All right. I was the travel guy. I was going on these panels, BGS included, Cerulean Gray. I think one of the guy's name was Officer Faulkner. And I was being ran off of panels. I was getting cussed out, calling all types of cowards, all this stuff. And I was telling guys, hey, man, it's going to be difficult. I would just say my spiel. I would say, hey, man, you know what? We don't control certain institutions in the community, and we don't have the power to be able to influence. We don't have the economic power, right, to influence certain things in our community. So it's going to be very difficult to fix certain problems that we have. It's going to be difficult in America to try to blend the black family back together after it was separated. All right, it had so many. Let's just say it was tampered with, right? Tampered with. 60s, 70s, they came in with Section 8. Right after that, so they removed the man. If you look at the timeline, and I said this on panels back in the day, 3-4 years ago, I said if you look at the timeline on how it was set up, to remove the black father from the household, 60s, 70s, early 80s, all right, have a single parent led household. They introduced drugs and guns within those communities, within those projects, right, with no fathers being around, right. You have whole generations of women that second, third generation women that don't even know how to take direction from a man because there was no man in the house where they were raised. You have a lot of effeminate boys running around here trying to find their masculinity, doing, street violence and everything, joining gangs. All this is because there's no father in the home, right? So I'll go in pounds and cities. I say, man, we might need a whole new beginning. We might just need to leave America. We might need to travel and just see what's out there. And I was being called a coward, on the BGS panel now. So it's interesting to see that, it's been a lot of change of heart lately, because they're seeing that, what, we're maybe at a point of no return in America, right? But, men, it's still vital to our overall, in my opinion, life success to have a woman, right? So you got to have a woman that's going to cooperate with your program. You have to have a woman that has a culture, right, of shaming the BS and able to keep the family unit together. That's the most important unit that you will have within the community. If the family is messed up, all confused and all that, and the father's removed, and there's just no direction for the family, it's going to be hard to make any substantial movement in America. All right, and despite it being dysfunctional communities in South America, you're still better off, in my opinion. Just in my opinion, from what I've seen and what I experienced with the women out there, still black women, but still, as a matter of fact, still American women to a certain degree. And I'm going to say this, let me put this, I'm not generalizing all women in the States are bad. Let me put that out there before I get a whole bunch of, comments and calls. All I'm saying is you have more of an abundance, all right, overseas. I will say that. All right. All right, so let me catch these super chats, man. I'm going to drop a link. And we can chop it up, man. We can chop it up. Been filming for about 30 minutes. That's what's up. Shout out to Zoo. My dude Zoo says it's always transactional in some way. Some guys get it, some guys don't. Guys pay for the myth of, what I want to say. What's the word? What's that word? Of being exclusive with a woman. Guys pay for the myth of that. But a lot of these women, man, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of these women, they got, you think you got a couple of women? A woman is never truly in a monogamous relationship. They got it's some dude, especially if she's over 7. It's some dude somewhere. Trust me. Shout out to EJ120 with $1.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. If we happy, something must be wrong. Yeah, if we happy, something got to be wrong. Something got to be wrong. You got to be doing something illegal. Shout out to Owen Trackman. He's one of the members. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you signing up for the membership. He says you go to a bar, spend mad money on a bottle just to get looked at. Very true. Okay, I don't know what's that. Is something considered? I don't know what that flag is. I think that's a. I'm not. Is that a Panama flag? I'm not sure what that flag is, Garfield. Just say the country you're talking about. All right. Shout out to DC with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the advice about the hotel in the DR. I booked Super Bowl weekend last night through booking.com at Casa Valeria. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Appreciate that $5 super chat, man. No problem. It's passport or parish POP. All right. Shout out to Model, the International Mango Lover. Man, I think that might be the best name on YouTube. All right. With $10 super chat, I really appreciate that. The American community is I think you're talking about the African American community is a matriarchal society. The majority of communities are patriarchal society. I'm pretty sure he's meaning that around the world. Masculine black men are not respected in America. I can agree with that. I choose to opt out of American culture. All right. Very good point. Very good point, man. It's difficult. All right. So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. Where the white women at? That's all good, man. You know, I know guys be typing on their phones and stuff like that. You know, I don't be tripping about the typos at all. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link so we can kind of get into it and say what the definition of a passport Pookie is. All right. Now, in some elements, you might be saying a passport Pookie is a dude from the hood with a passport. Is that what you guys are saying? I'm not sure. You know, I hear this all the time. It's going back and forth. Now, I will say there was a video of like some guys on a yacht. They was turning up and they were doing a little too much. You know, sometimes, man, cats really do be doing a little too much. And I know that comes from, you know, guys just skipping over all the information and just looking at the women. You know, you put them beautiful Colombian women, them beautiful Latino women, and Afro-Latino women on that, you know, that video, no matter what you're saying. In that video, some guys just looking at that and then they go out there and they really messed up, man, wearing that jewelry, throwing money. So that might be the definition of a passport Pookie, if that's what you're saying. But we're going to talk about it. All right, let me go ahead and drop this link. Let me go ahead and drop this link for the fam. All right, guys, I just dropped a link. If anybody want to come on, we got 258 in the building. Dudes, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button when you come on in the room. All right. I'm gonna have to bring back the little video I had when dudes don't hit that like button. All right, supporting my shout out to Jalil with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, supporting my brothers, peace and love, create our own image and kick all of the other opinions to the wayside. I definitely agree. I 100% agree. Okay, hold on. This is my dude. Okay, shout out to Travis Bison Bull Tolliver. Shout out to my dude. He's gonna come on the channel. We're doing a men's health show Thursday. Thursday, what is it, about 11? I believe it's 11. It'll be 11 a.m. East Coast time. We're doing a men's health. This is a very important show. And I'm gonna have Travis. Travis is super in shape. He got muscles coming out his earlobes. All right, you know, he might be 130 pounds, about 6'2" or something. So we're gonna hear from him. All right, we're gonna hear from him. Get some tips, some health tips from him. We also got another brother. Damn, his name escapes me today. Damn it, I forgot his name, but he's coming on as well. Jerry Kirkpatrick, Jerry Kirkpatrick. He travels a lot. He's down there in Brazil as well. He works out a lot. We're going to talk about some health tips, man, to get us more healthy in our travels, man. Traveling overseas, all right. You know, working out, different supplements. Shout out to my dude Travis because he's the one that put me on that Cat Ali. You know, I put a lot of guys on it. Every guy I know out here, all right, is on that Cat Ali, all right, because they sell it in the stores out here. That's a supplement that gets you right, man. You'll be feeling like you're 16 again. You know, it's overall healthy for your whole entire body. If you don't do that Viagra stuff no more, all right? You know, that's past, all right? So shout out to Travis who put me on that. He says, that's right. No stinking weed smoke. That's what a passport Pookie, smoking that garbage overseas. Man, I agree. That's what a passport Pookie is, all right? I got you, bro. I got you. Travis is crazy, man. Shout out to Dollar Will with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Fellas, do me a favor. Do me a favor, man. If you come on, man, please cam up if you can. Cam on up, man. We want to see who we're talking to. All right. It makes the show, you know, smoother. You can kind of validate some of the words you're saying. You know, when you don't, you know, you just have an icon. We don't know what you got going on. All right. You can be one of those, you know, crazy cats, you know, trying to come on stream. All right. So do me a favor. You decide to come on. Please cam up. Shout out to Dollar Will with $5 super chat. It's better to treat than to lie. The black manosphere has evolved over the years. Yes, it has, man. It really has. It really has. Charles Bill say he 170. Bro, you like about 145. But shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. It's funny that you get really good information, more so not from the American media. American media just gonna keep you sicking on them pharmaceuticals. But you got guys that got a lot of good information about men's health, man, because they don't care about us. Nobody care about our health, bro. You go to the doctor just gonna prescribe some pain medicine and just get you on up out of there. But it's very important to maintain a healthy body, man, for sure. We love that gas, bro. Smart men enjoy weed sometimes. Let me get this bot up out of here, man. I see guys trying to come in, man. Hey, do me a favor and cam up. Get this guy up out of here. Man, I'm trying to this damn bot. Somebody said that Brittany Griner is a passport Pookie. Okay. Pan-African companies. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna bring you on the show. Man, if I can't get this troll up out of here. Somebody said I'm definitely smoking in Thailand. All right. Let me bring on Pan-African Capitalists. Here we go. Hey, what's going on today, bro?
What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It might be my earphones. Hold on. Let me turn my earphones up. All right. Say something real quick.
Oh, hold on. Now I have to.
Yeah. Your audio. Hey, audio, is the audio low? Your audio is a little low.
Nah, that was on me. I had the wrong mic.
There we go.
Connected. Okay. So yeah, man. What's going on, bro, man? Long time subscriber, member of the many iterations of the Passport Bros groups.
Got a couple of them.
So yeah, man, Passport Pookies is pretty simple, man. It's I would define it as guys that's bringing hood mentality to overseas, right? Okay. So that's the guys that's want to go overseas and be like a rapper. They throwing money in the streets. You know what I'm saying? They doing foul stuff with the women. Getting with women. Getting with pros, not paying them, or getting into arguments with chicks overseas for no legitimate reason. Inflating the prices for other brothers. Like I said on a couple other panels, I'm not necessarily I don't trick, but I don't knock brothers that do trick. You know what I'm saying? If you trick, I'm not mad at you. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't.
Let me ask you this: have you ever encountered Pastor Pookie overseas?
No, I never really encountered them personally. I've seen more so videos brothers posted online. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I've never. I mean, even if I encounter them, I just don't deal with certain type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna keep it real, man. I'm Black American, but I gotta feel brothers. I feel everybody out. I take everybody as an individual, but I gotta feel brothers out overseas before I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rock with this guy or not, because I don't want to be like I seen this might have been in the Passport Bros video. They had a brother in Colombia last year that got arrested. And he was talking shit to the police. You know what I'm saying? In Colombia.
Oh wow, I seen that one. Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to get entangled or have no type of relationships with those type of guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what, man? I totally 100% agree. I 100% agree. And it's guys in the chat that can attest to this. You meet some characters overseas, man. You really do. You meet some, especially the ones that either live there, spend a long amounts of time there. And me and one of my boys trying to figure out like what was going on out here. We was like, yo, what's going on? And then we trying to maybe say, you know what, it's got to be the drugs or something. For guys to go to Colombia is just start acting crazy.
Right.
It was a Passport Pookie in La Isla. You've been to Colombia, right?
Yeah. Well, I've only been to Medellin. That's my experience with Colombia.
Yeah, La Isla is in Medellin. Okay. It's like the big Walmart strip club. I'm not a big fan. But you know, it was a guy in there, and man, he messed up so bad. He got too drunk. He got into it with some female. He thought a female mistakenly drunk his drink or something, thinking it was her drink, and he took offense to that. And then the driver told me, because his driver was telling me this whole story the next day. All right. He was saying that the guy had damaged his car, you know, damaged his door and everything. And the guy actually put his hand or tried to put his hands on the Colombian girl in La Isla.
Wow.
And the driver was telling me, he was just like, that would have been a very bad thing. So people kind of pulled him off. And he was like, bro, if he would have actually touched her, he would have been dead. It's like, bro, that bro would have been dead like the next day. They would have found out where he lived, all that. And I don't understand if that brother knew. And I remember him. And I remember wanting him too, you know, but I ended up leaving. I'm like, bro, you got to, because he was amped up. I'm like, bro, you got to kind of calm down, man. You know what I'm saying? He was throwing money. I'm like, bro, you know where you at right now, bro? You in Colombia. These dudes are some pint-sized killers out here, bro. They got this whole thing with torture out there too, man. So you got to be really careful. And hopefully he left without any harm, you know, but that's a passport Pookie. Somebody like that. That's a passport.
Absolutely, man. And it's I mean, I always put it into two categories, right? You basically have your patriarchal Black American men, and you have your matriarchal Black American men. And the passport Pookies.
I need the sound effect. I need the facts.
And you know, man, because even when I haven't necessarily, so I'll say in my life I've had two experiences, right? Where my first trip out of the country was to Caribana in Canada, Toronto, Canada. It was way back in like 2008, something like that. And there was a dude that was a friend of a friend that was just tripping, like cussing out chicks. You know, there's some cats from New York, right? And so we about to get into a fight out of the country over one dude acting a fool. And I had a recently. I had a chick come from out of the country, and she has some family in the States. That's another New York cat, right? So we go to the little Jamaican. No shade at New York, but you know, certain cities, brothers just a little bit too aggressive sometimes, you know.
Man, so the whole state of Florida. But go ahead.
Like the brother came down from New York, and he got into it with a dude in New Orleans. We was in New Orleans. He got into a dude outside the club. The dude pulled out a gun, like a handgun with a big old drum clip, like 60 rounds. You know what I'm saying? This was in New Orleans, man.
Okay.
In New Orleans. So I'm just saying to say you got to watch the people that you be with, because like I said, I've never dealt with too many passport Pookies overseas, but I've heard lots of stories. Like my main country that I like going to, you know, is Ghana, right? Okay. So I've heard from a couple Ghanaian sisters. Like one sister was like, "Yeah, I was with the only other Black American I was with, older guy in his 50s, and we had to break up because whenever he got mad, he'd be cussing me out, calling me all type of B's and hoes, and we don't do that in our culture." And then I had another chick. She was like, "Well, the brother from the U.S. that she dealt with, he always wanted to fight everybody. Like every time they go out, you know what I'm saying?" So it's that's that passport Pookie culture, man. It's like you're overly sensitive, overly emotional, want to fight for no reason. You're in another country, my dude. Like I understand if you got to defend yourself, but like, come on, man, be smart about it. So I think you got yourself muted.
Here we go. Yeah, I got some stories in Colombia, bro. I've met a lot of characters out there, but let me go ahead and catch this super chat real quick by my guy Mailman Mo with $9.99 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. He says that last video I saw with the guys with the boat was so depressing. I know which one you're talking about. I seen it. I felt they made Black men look bad as a whole. It was a video. I think they might have been in Colombia or maybe Cartagena. And there was some guys on a boat with maybe 10, 15 girls. They were just acting a fool, bro. They was acting a fool. They was really turning up a little too much.
Was that the one where the boat owner got pissed off at him for spraying the champagne? Or was that something else?
Nah, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. But I put a comment on that video. I was like, drugged and robbed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They had the chains on. I'm like, bro, they don't know where they at. You know, and I can see the Colombian girls just smiling, looking all sweet and innocent. I'm just like, somebody gonna get got. You got way too many women. But let me get another super chat by Ogram S with the 5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Salute to the passport bros for properly identifying themselves as loud and proud. All right.
Hey man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. That's a troll right there, bro. That
Yeah,
dude,
I peeped it.
He been talking about you on different streams.
Oh, it's all
He
good.
been spreading false information. Somebody put a post about it too. So in a group.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, man, because this YouTube space is very interesting. You definitely gonna have some haters, man. Definitely gonna have some haters.
Hey, at least he paying to hate on you. I can't.
Yeah. Hey, I'm living rent free in his head, apparently. So it's all good. Shout out to Motto, the international mango lover with $2 super chat. He says these haters are upset that we get a better deal for our money overseas. I told a woman in Atlanta that I would rather wake up next to a mango than take American women out on dates. All right, shout out to you. Who's in the private chat? Hold on. Justice the Beast, man. You got to cam up though, bro. I know you want to come on, but you got to cam up, man. We camming up on everybody right now, bro. It's a cam up movement right now. All right. So yeah, you're gonna attract some haters, man. We ain't worried about the haters. It comes with the territory. All right, but that was a good breakdown of a passport Pookie, bro. That really was a good breakdown.
That's it, man. Like whatever negative behavior that we talk about guys doing in the U.S., they just bringing it overseas. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That same matriarchal behavior, throwing up money in the club, you know, paying exorbitant prices for stuff, you know, raising up the prices on certain things in other countries, you know. So
okay. They're talking about the champagne video was in Miami. I think we're talking about 2 different videos.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I seen that video that you're talking about though.
You know, like I said, this is a great time for black men, in my opinion, because you know we never was able to control our image. Right, you know, they project this image of us all throughout America, really all the way around the world. You know, a lot of negative stereotypes, you know, pimps, gangsters, you know, bad fathers, all that stuff. Then you see some of the stats, and the stats don't reflect that, right? You know, we're not all criminals, we're not all drug dealers, we're not all pimps, right? And sometimes it projects them even on us to where we use negative terminology against each other. And that's why, just like I say, this is a good time for us to kind of change that narrative, especially when you're overseas and people aren't familiar with your culture. That's why I love so many intelligent guys out here in Thailand, man. You know, we represent well out here in Thailand. A lot of smart, a lot of IT guys, a lot of retired law enforcement, a lot of retired military, because that flight is a big filtration, man. A lot of cats ain't dealing with that flight, man. It's worth it.
How long is the flight?
Like 20 hours. About
20 hours.
And the price of tickets might be like most cases about 1,000 or more. You know what I'm saying?
That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest dangers of these passport Pookies, man. Like for what I've seen, you know, I've been in Latin America, Africa, Caribbean, and I'll probably be hitting I want to hit Thailand sometime next year. So Chiang Mai or Bangkok and Pattaya. Maybe even Phuket, but most people that I talk to overseas actually have a positive image of Black American men. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the women, they're like, oh yeah, you know, y'all hard working, you know, you guys dress nice, et cetera, et cetera. It's all I've never heard any negative stuff overseas about Black American men. I hear more negative stuff about us in the US than anywhere, to be honest with you. And so I think we got to be careful with these passport Pookies going and bring that negative image of us in these different countries. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's very facts, man. You know, definitely want to represent a good image, especially overseas. And that's why I'm glad that, you know, like I said, in most cases, most of guys I encounter, they got some good stuff going on. You got guys opening up businesses all throughout the DR. You got brothers opening up businesses all throughout Medellin. You know, and that gets kind of like kind of tucked away, right? Like people don't want to mention that for some reason. They want to mention all the negativity, you know, for some reason, because like I said before in this video before you came on, you know, people hate to see Black men happy, man. For some odd reason, that's just like the worst thing in the world to them is to see us smiling and being in a good mood, being in good spirits, being productive. A friend of mine was telling me about, the guy making all these, messed up videos, negative videos about everybody, and he got a little base now. And, people feed into negativity. It's a lot of miserable people around the world, right? So you're going to always attract that. But when you attract that negative energy, that messes with your whole vibe, man. It messes with your physical health, all that good stuff, because you're being disingenuous with your movement. You got a movement of basically tearing down people. Absolutely. And you invite that type of energy into your life, and it's going to come back to you, I promise you, tenfold. Every dude that's did some dirt in their life, some real dirt in their life, whether they be street dudes, whatever, they understand karma, bro. They understand what putting that type of energy in the universe does. It always doubles back on you every time. Nobody escapes that, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And I'll say this, man, because I heard you mention BGS Ibmore's panels early in the stream. I was on a lot of those panels as well. And the funny thing about it is, a lot of those guys that were probably giving you pushback, if you look at most of them now, not all of them, but most of them now have pretty much come to your side of the agreement. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Like yeah. I'm very cool with Officer Faulkner. You know what I'm saying? And
that was the one that cussed me out the hardest.
Oh, really? Well, he
went on me hard, bro. And you know what? The funny thing was, I said, brother, ex-military, I was raised by my stepfather, ex-law enforcement military guy. I'm not going to get disrespectful. You got disrespectful with me, but I'm not going to get disrespectful for you. Right. You. And I just kept it like that. I said, bro, man, I bid you, we can agree, disagree, because he was telling me that, I was a coward for leaving the community and taking my resources outside.
Now, you sure that wasn't the other guy, huh?
Cerulean Gray?
Cerulean Gray? You sure that wasn't Cerulean Gray? That sounds more like
it was Cerulean too. It was
Cerulean always went harder than Charles on that front. But I know my brother Charles, he doing his thing in Baltimore, but I'm trying to get him out there to Ghana next year. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's been slowly coming over to the other side of the argument.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Because I'm not really familiar with Ghana. What's going on out there in Ghana?
Oh man, nothing, man. Ghana's trash, man. You don't want to come to Ghana, bro.
Okay. It's worse than Thailand, huh?
Man, it's terrible. You don't want to come out here to Ghana, man. You might want to go out there to South Africa. Go out there.
What? I do want to go to South Africa though.
Real man. I'm just joking. Ghana's dope as hell, man. From my experience, African women are some of the most submissive women that I've come across. Even more submissive than a lot of Latina women. You know what I'm saying? They have really good food. They believe in family. The only catch-22 is a lot of West African women in particular. They're more relationship based. So it's like, you could go to a club and have sex with a chick and she thinking that y'all about to be serious. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really have to communicate well with the women to let them know, hey, this is what I want. They have some women that have casual sex and stuff like that, but they're not really big on being baby mamas. But if you go to South Africa, East Africa, some of those countries out there, women will be like, they wouldn't really trip. Like, okay, I'm a baby mama, but this dude is a 1% guy. He's gonna take care of me out in West Africa. And there's always exceptions. A lot of women out there, it's like, okay, I'm not having no baby unless we married type energy. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this: is it like the dowry thing out there in Ghana? Like, do you have to pay to marry her to the family and all that?
Yeah, but that stuff is so inexpensive. It's ridiculous. Like it depends on the family, right? But most chicks, you might pay like $100 or less. Probably not even that. Because the way it works with the marriage out there, particularly in Ghana, it's like a dowry list, and then you pay like an actual small amount. So like a lot of families, what they'll do is like families that don't really believe in like, okay, I don't believe in you buying my daughter. They'll just say like, oh, just give me $1 US for the dowry. And then you just have to bring like a list of stuff, like a couple bottles of liquor and some other little cheap trinkets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this, man, because like I said, I'm not familiar with Ghana like that. What they looking like out there, man? Beautiful, Big boo. Like, what's going on out there?
I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for those exotic looks that like you get in Brazil and Colombia, I mean, it's not gonna be on that level in terms of facial features. Like the women out there, they're pretty much in terms of beauty, they're pretty much comparable to women in the U.S. But they do have the craziest natural bodies I've ever seen. Like it's between them, South Africa, and Uganda. Like those women that those Colombian women be paying for, those bodies that they be paying for out there, they have that joint. They have them joints naturally. So if you like, thick women with nice bodies, you know what I'm saying, that's the place to go. And I'm not saying the chick's gonna be just butterface, you know what I mean. I ain't saying that, but it's like it's a different look when you're dealing with Brazilian chicks and Colombian chicks, and that those two countries is kind of like the gold standard for a lot of guys. But if you think the women in the US are like UK or on average are like pretty chicks and stuff like that, if you let's say I would say they look kind of like a little bit like US or UK chicks with better natural bodies. Like they don't have too many fat chicks. Oh, they don't really have no obese chicks unless they have like 10 kids or something like that. And those natural bodies be popping, man.
Nice. Let me catch this super chat by your baby Farva with $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate it. All those people watching it with 31 likes, it don't cost nothing to show some love. Close the chat and hit that like button, fellas. Yeah, do me a favor, hit that like button. I know it's only 31 likes, man. Hit the like button for your boy. All right.
Hey, man, let me ask you this: do you have a contact email or something where I can hit you up? Because I'm actually, man, I love to interview you if you have some business things going on. I'm interviewing a bunch of business guys around the world, black business guys around the world. And I actually have a meeting coming up in a few minutes after Jet. If you could just drop that email in the back in a private chat and I'll hit you up.
Oh, yeah, it's easy, man. blackmentravels@gmail.
Okay, I got
you. Yeah. Okay. All right, man. Appreciate you coming on, bro, giving us that information. Peace. Shout out to Running with the $5 super chat. The best revenge is living a good life. That's very true. All right. Let's see here. Video talking about that was in Mexico. Okay. Talking about the video, talking about define the passport of Pookie. We just defined it, man. A dude just doing too much, throwing money, acting up, basically. That's a passport Pookie. Now I will say this, man. Since I've been out here in Thailand, I've seen dustiness of all ethnicities. All right. I've seen guys throw money that were like Middle Eastern. I've seen, Russians fighting each other, getting into it. So I've seen, they got their own little stuff going on as well. It's just not exclusive to black men, like the dysfunction, nothing like that. And I always want to point that out there. All right. You got like dudes that wild out in every single culture. I don't know, like even BGS said it in his video, like we're held to this, impossible gold standard at all times. But, like I said, we want to definitely represent us well, man. We don't want to bring that, that type of energy out here. But a passport Pookie is just not, just a black man, all right? That's not just what a passport Pookie is. It's a guy who just go overseas and act up, man. Basically, all right? Dollar Will says, we did not invent dustiness. That's very true. That is very true. And I want to give a shout out to our brother Pan-Africanist as well. He gave us some good information. I've heard different things about Africa, man. I can't wait to get there. Can't wait to go over there and just really travel all over throughout Africa and really see what's up with that. Shout out to Trader Man in the building. He says, and don't sleep on Rwanda. Africa is like, you just don't, for some reason, we just don't get a lot of information about it like that. He said, for as I look, you have to go to Ethiopia and Rwanda. All right. BMT Africa all day. All right. Mustafa. Shout out to Mustafa Shabazz. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Hope all things is well with you. Mufasa was early on in my YouTube career. He's come on the show. Very early on. I think when I had maybe less than 200 subscribers, actually. So shout out to my dude Mufasa for showing up, man. Shout out to you, bro. He says they look good in Ghana, but it's pretty comparable to the U.S. Yeah, that's what the Pan-Africanist was saying. But he said, in better shape, though. I think women in the States looks good, man, especially in Atlanta. I would say Atlanta. What else? Atlanta, a lot of baddies. DC got some baddies. course, California. California is tough. What else? New York. Yeah, there's some beautiful women in the States for sure. All right. So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sum up the show. He said, "I saw your first videos." Yeah, man, you was one of the first ones, man. You was definitely one of the first ones. All right, now this is a very good comment by a guy, Dr. Educated Idiot, with the 5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says the term Pookie and Ray Ray has nothing to do with race. It's a mindset. That's why Passport Pookie can be anybody of any race. That's very true, man. I'm telling you guys. I look at like a lot of the like different news, Pattaya news, stuff like that. I read different articles, right? And almost every single either weekend or every few days, you'll get some incident. And they put it on the paper, bro. If you get anything, any trouble out here, you're going to be in that Pattaya newspaper, period, right? Because everybody's laid back, having a good time out here. So if you end up fighting, they're going to put you on the front page of the little website, basically. And all the time I see, guys, getting into it with the bouncers and everything. All that goes on out here. All right. So he's definitely right about that. It's just not exclusive to black men. All right. Money Mike makes a good point. He says we got to get a new name for it then, because the name isn't synonymous with other races but black men. Very true. That's why I had a kind of an issue with Coach Greg Adams back in the day when he said the passport pimps. I said, man, so you coming specifically at black men, and your audience is mostly white males, if I'm not mistaken. Most of your audience. So you got to be, like I said, we got to be careful with that imagery and the terminology that we use right now, bro, because we're able right now, because, people are not so glued to the tube, and, we are able to recraft our image. Maybe the first time ever. We can recraft our image to be, intelligent, explorers, traveling the world. So we got to be careful. That's the issue I had with Coach Greg Adams by saying that password pimps and stuff, and knowing that he has a pretty broad audience. And I hate when brothers do that. I'm like, bro, you got a different type of audience. You don't have to associate name associates and call passport pimps and everything. Meanwhile, other ethnicities of men are just doing what they want to do and don't have to worry about certain terminologies being put on them. All right. All right. So, guys, that was the show for the day. We did about a good hour in, man. All right. We're definitely going to do another one. I got my brother Cardell coming in the morning. So we're going to go ahead and end this show. We're going to do the state of Sosua. My brother just opened up a restaurant, Wings and Waffle, out there. So we're going to do a show with him there about that in Sosua. And we got another show lined up Thursday morning about men's health. Guys, make sure you tune into this show. This is a very, very important show, even for myself, man. I work out, trying to get healthy, man. Men's health is very important. I know we ignore it, but we got to start, taking the right proper supplements. We got to start going to the doctor. That's why in the previous show I did, I believe it was last week, one of the main reasons I left the States, I wanted to be comfortable going to the hospital, going to a doctor, right, at a reasonable price, and I have to just pay out the ass like you have to do in America. You know what I like about Thailand, man? The thing I like about Thailand is you can go to the pharmacy, right? Because Brandon was telling me about, different supplements to take and, all that stuff. And you go to the pharmacy and there is no incentive to, since you can buy anything you want, since you don't need a prescription, it's still no incentive for them to sell it to you, right? And for the first time ever, I was in the pharmacy and I was asking about a certain medicine, just for, men's medicine, basically, to kind of, help you with your testosterone and all that. And the lady was just like, you don't need all that. You just got to do this, that, eat this, eat that, you'll be fine. So I love the fact that there's no incentive for them to sell us that BS over here. A pharmacist here in Thailand is kind of like getting checked up by a nurse. All right. They know everything you need to know here in Thailand. I love, I go to pharmacy often, but I'm just saying in general, it's much different than going to the States. For the first thing that I love about it is the fact that you can get what you need without having to go to the doctor necessarily. you kind of can self-diagnose yourself, you know, versus in America, you got to go pay all that money for the copay. A lot of times to tell you what you already know, then you go get prescribed something. He's gonna get a kickback for prescribing you a certain pill, and then you got to go up there and get the pills, and you got to hope your health insurance pays for the pills because it's sky high, you know, in America for the same medication that you can get overseas in Colombia and Thailand and Brazil for a quarter of the fraction of the price that you would pay in the States. That's another reason I try to encourage guys to travel, because I know you guys don't like going to the doctor. I know you don't like going to the hospital like that. All right. You know, you could be damn near, you know, have something growing out your neck, but you ain't going to that hospital, right? So that's another reason I encourage your guys. So guys, make sure you tune in to the Thursday morning about men's health. It's going to be a real good show. All right. Peace. Yes. Let me make that comment. Yes, dental tourism is real too, man. Guys go to Colombia all the time. I got a really good dentist in Colombia. She's very beautiful, by the way, too. You know, and the whole, it's funny, right? Before I go, you know, I was referred to the dentist. Who referred me to the dentist? Somebody referred me to this dentist. Might be my girlfriend at the time. And you know, you just, you know, going to dentist, right? So you just like, you know, you throw something on. It's early. I'm gonna go to the dentist. So I go to the dentist in Medellin, bro. And the dentist is beautiful as hell, straight dime, right? Whole staff, beautiful women, nothing but beautiful women. The dental aides, everybody, beautiful women. And I ain't gonna lie, your boy kind of was a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here like, damn. I'm like, damn, y'all. I said, you the dentist? Like, yo, snap. You know what I'm saying? Let me, you know, get my composure. I wasn't ready for all this. You know, that's what I love about Colombia, man. Just, I mean, she was very sweet. You know, called me, checked up on me and everything. A few days later, hey, you know, how you doing? We don't get your next appointment. You know, just ask me all types of questions, man. I love Colombia. There's some beautiful professional women in Colombia and in Brazil. And let me tell you something, they are definitely interested in the American men. So keep that in y'all back pocket, man, when it comes to go to Colombia, man. You know, instead of you, unless you got a toothache, go ahead and go to the dentist, man. But if you just try to get your teeth clean, save that on that trip, man. Go to Colombia. You'll be surprised, man. You might run into a beautiful dentist out there, all right? Shout out to Todd Love, $10 Super Chat. Says, thanks for the live, bro. Yeah, man. I appreciate that $10 Super Chat. Got 50 push-ups. Thanks, bro. Shout out to you. All right? Using you because you can't shame women anymore. All right, fellas. We out. Peace.